What's up, everyone? I'm Don Ferguson, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Something New here in the Teeqlife Basement Bar. Before we get into talking about something that's in a category of its own, be sure to check out our digital media partner, Tequila and Spirits Magazine, where you can get a free magazine subscription. You know what's coming next? Our other digital media partner, #FindTheBird, over on Instagram. Follow it. What are we trying today? Well, if you said tequila, you're half right, but half wrong. Bam! Viva Agave. You ever hear of this little company called Cantera Negra? You might have seen us do a review for them before. Well, they kind of snuck a new product on the shelves, and we're going to talk all about it. Viva Agave. Roll it. If you are new to the Teeqlife platform, before we taste, we talk. Viva Agave. Where do I even start? When I said, yes, Cantera Negra kind of snuck something. Not a lot of people are talking about this. When I was doing my research, you can't really find a lot of information about this. Let's start with the basics, though. It's 100% Blue Weber Agave. It's made in small batches from hand-selected Blue Weber Agave plants. It's produced using late harvest or full maturation. Say that while you've been drinking. Blue Weber Agave plants. Now, when you get to making tequila, and I haven't said this is tequila yet, have I? Anyway, when you get to making tequila, typically agaves are harvested around 7 to 8 years, sometimes even 9 years. It just depends on when that distillery chooses to handpick those Blue Weber Agave plants. Let's move on. It's 80 proof, and on the label here, which I'm looking, it says for premium cocktails. Can you see that? For premium cocktails. These are liter bottles, people. Yeah, we ain't playing around. Liters. We're drinking a lot on this episode. But let's get back to the information, because we want to know about this product, right? It's made in Mexico. It's 100% natural. And let me look. It's not... Wait a minute. It's not... Well, there's no NAM. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a long time, you know a NAM is basically a serial number from the distillery that the... I usually say tequila, so I'm not... What the hell is this? Alright, I can't find a NAM on here, and it's an agave spirit, maybe? But I can tell you this, it's produced by Agave Total. Cantera Negra actually has a NAM of 1554, and that's Cavas de Don Max. Very interesting when it comes to the different producers, the different distilleries. So, is this a sublet product? Are they slapping the name? Like, what's going on here? Because I'm really confused. I couldn't find out much information. We might be the very first platform to do a review for this, which kind of makes sense because we are probably the best one anyway. The other interesting thing is I didn't see it on their website. So when we're talking about sliding something out on the market, it's like a slip and slide. It's summer. It's all greased up. No, you don't grease this. Anyway, money. Let's talk about, these are liter bottles. So when I did look on the market, I did find it being sold. A lot of places were out of stock, so I don't know what's going on there, but it's cheaper. It's definitely cheaper than the Cantera Negra price point. We do have two expressions we're going to be tasting today. A silver, a Blanco. It doesn't really say on it, so we're just going to call it a silver or a Blanco. And then their Maduro. Now this one is going to be close to a Reposado. This is aged in oak barrels. How long? I don't know. I've told you, it's all secret. It's top secret. This is like a James Bond liquor that's in a briefcase. Obviously, when you look at it, the bottle is different. Look at those special effects. Wow. Very, very different than the Cantera Negra bottle. So, premium cocktails, I don't even know what's going on, but I do have a very interesting story that I'm going to share with you after the tasting. Tasting? Oh yeah, let's move that camera over here and get to tasting. Pop. It's a screw cap. Fooled you. So, like I said, I couldn't really find a lot of information, so we're basically going in on this blind. We're going to treat this like a Blanco, a silver, because I guess that's truly what it is. Now, you do see the original silver here. I'm going to do a taste test, a taste comparison, and see if I can kind of pick up the differences between this and this. So let's get this party started, people. Woo! All right. Where'd that screw cap go? We're going to put that back on. No. It's got some, wow, it's got some citrus aromas really, really shining through. I can pick it up, but before we get into that, color. It's a silver, people. It's a Blanco. There's no color. Come on, catch on by now. Maybe we should let the Maduro breathe. Let's do that. Oh, look, another glass. Don't mind if I do. We'll get into this. Ah, these healthy pours, baby. You know, well, you know what? While we're pouring, we might as well do Cantera Negra, and that way we can tell. I'm just going to do a baby here. So I'm just going to do this to actually compare, so that way I can evaluate the differences. So these are not chilled. They're here in the basement bar where it's an even 67.2 degrees. Most of the time it's controlled. It's like a humidor down here. It's very clean. I'm not getting a lot of alcohol. Now this is 80 proof, but I'm not getting a lot of vapors. It's like the Bismarcky song. A little citrus, a little earthiness. So from what I did read, and I think it's pretty, common that the agaves are grown in volcanic soil, so that can explain the earthiness, but it's not overwhelming, like a lot of brands. What I'm going to do is I'm going to compare it to the Cantera Negra Silver or the Blanco. Ooh. Okay, so you're getting much more agave. I can get that. Okay, now I can see the difference. Okay, I got it. We'll be back. That ain't going nowhere. But let's go in for a taste. First one is to coat your palate. A little pepper, a little spice. Now they're saying this one you can sip on the rocks. It's great for cocktails. And maybe that's the difference between the two. A little bit of a higher price point. So the spiciness, which there's a little bit of earthiness. Definitely like a little bit of white pepper up front. It lingers. It's lingering a little bit right now, but let's go in for number 2. Okay, it is sweet, so I'm picking up some citrus tones to it. Not really much of agave. A little bit. It's still light. It's very clean, but it does have some pepper. So there is going to be a fair amount of pepper that's going on with this expression. Ladies and gentlemen, Cantera Negra Silver. So we're doing the comparison. It's like when you go to the grocery store and you see the name brand and their brand. I'm not saying that this is their brand and the name brand, but it's a comparison like that. Oh, okay. I'm getting that sweet cooked agave a lot more up front. It is lighter. It doesn't have as much of that white pepper. So I can definitely see the difference. I'm not saying that this is bad. I'm just seeing the difference. This is a little bit more raw, a little vegetal because it has that organic or that volcanic soil in it. I'm definitely picking that up. So there is a difference. However, I gotta go in again, people. 3. It's a nice sweetness to it. Really nice sweetness. So when I see that they're saying for premium cocktails, that would be phenomenal. In a cocktail, you're not going to get that pepper. That pepper is diluting because I'm on my 3rd. but it is, you know, very different. And I can see that going extremely well in obviously a margarita, paloma, a lot of different craft cocktails. So as I do number 4 and we get ready for the reposado, I'm just gonna finish this, maybe. On to the Maduro in the Teeqlife tasting flute. So color. It is a very, very, look at that. Look at that, it's like coming at you, right? It's like 3D. Very light straw, very light golden. You know, it's almost just a hint of color, which is really, wow, it's really fair. Let's just go in for the nosing. Very similar, but I am picking up oak. There is an obvious oak to it. I wish I knew how long it was rested. I couldn't find the information. I searched for minutes upon minutes trying to find that information. That's what I do. It's the dedication. Yeah, very clean, very much the same nose. It just almost tastes like, or has the aroma of rested in a barrel. So you're picking up some oak. I would probably say this is, because it doesn't have, you know, a lot of difference in the hue, maybe about 3 to 4 months. You know, I'd be surprised if it's anything past 5 months just because it's so light, but you never know. There are some out there that are very light that have been rested for a lot longer than 4 months. Just taste, people. It's the only way we find out, right? So, oh, it's got a nice sweetness to it, almost like a honey. And I'm picking up those oak notes for sure. Now, because it's rested, or maybe I'm not getting a lot of that pepper, you know, that spice that I was getting on the silver or the Blanco, whatever you want to call it. Very, very, this is different than that one. Let's go in for number 2, see if we can pick up some more tones. That's pleasant. Or as some people say, that's delightful. It has some oak to it, a nice sweetness. It's almost like a honey. I'm not getting that, you know, steamed or I'm not getting that cooked agave a lot. So I don't know the whole process, but they're saying there's no additives, there's nothing artificial in the color or anything like that, which is, you know, it's fantastic. But it's really sweet. Like this one I could sip. Let's go in for round 3, because 3 is the charm. That's pretty nice. So I gotta compare this to tequila. I mean, it's an agave spirit, right? And I really do like that one. The Maduro is actually less peppery, has a lot less heat to it. It's smoother. It has some good oak tones. It's sweet, almost like I'm getting a honey to it. And I like honey. It's sweet. It's going for 4. Yeah, that's not bad. You could definitely, so on this one too, oh, I got the wrong one, people. Saying the same thing for premium cocktails. So I think that maybe what they did was they designed a cheaper, less expensive version of their tequilas. That way you could use them in craft cocktails. And if it was a situation where, you know, you're paying $50, $60, $70 plus for a bottle, you might not necessarily want to use that in a cocktail. Okay, I promised a fun little story. So, tequila can only be made in Mexico. With that being said, I've found in my research over the last couple weeks, not just for this, but just researching tequila to learn more. I always want to be on top of my game. There are some distilleries in America that are producing agave spirits. Now, with that being said, what they're really doing is they're importing, you know, agaves from Mexico, so authentic agave. Now, you can grow agave in Texas, you know, New Mexico. It's not uncommon that you can, but you can't call it tequila, so you can call it agave spirit. These are produced in Mexico. And my thinking on them is it's just a less an expensive version of a tequila that they can pump out, and you use them for mixers. Fantastic idea, great concept. But these distilleries, it's really interesting because they produce rums and, you know, vodkas and bourbons and stuff like that. And they have a bar front, you know, just little distilleries. And they started producing agave spirits and putting them on the menu. It's cheaper for them. So instead of carrying a $150 bottle of top shelf, they've been putting out their own añejos, their own reposados. I haven't heard of any extra añejos. I'm sure it's on its way. But what they're doing is they get to play around with the barrel choice. They get to use their own barrels to give some inflection on the agave spirit that is very unique and different. And in an interview with one of these distilleries, they said that they put out the top premium tequila reposado in one of theirs, and people couldn't tell the difference. That's interesting. What is the world going to? We have knockoff tequila, people. My glasses are down, kinda to the down. I got 3 of them, people. But that wraps up another episode of Something New here in the Teeqlife Basement Bar, where we tried Viva Agave from Cantera Negra, and very unique. It's an agave spirit, that's what I would call it, and it's very similar to, you know, a silver or a Blanco and a reposado. I really enjoyed the reposado. It has a nice sweetness to it. These are designed for craft cocktails or mixers or something like that, and I think they will do an incredible job in your next cocktail. All right, how am I gonna carry this? But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode where we'll be trying something absolutely unique, something new. Life is too short to drink bad liquor. Choose wisely, people. Damn it, how do these waiters do this stuff?